Hello, and welcome to How Do You Not Know This? This is the podcast where we talk about subjects where everybody knows about something, but you don't know about it. This often happens, you're at a dinner party, everyone's laughing, you don't know what they're talking about. I'm Daliso Chaponda, stand-up comedian. I'm one of the hosts. We've got across from me, we've got...
You forgot my name, Tony Vino. Good to see you. Season 2 now. But yes, Tony Vino, stand-up comedian, and we've got next to us...
Patient zero. So when we talk about people who don't know about most things, patient zero, who knows, despite having very expensive private education, knows very little about a lot of subjects, Dom Hattonwood.
It's me.
And people have gone, is he putting it on? So this is the first episode of season 2. So are you going to put it on the record? You're not putting it on?
I'm not putting nothing on.
Fantastic. That's good to know. It's good to know. This
I
is
think
authentic.
you've got to have baseline knowledge to put it on, don't you? To act.
Yeah, they
got to
say
have an
that
understanding
things like,
of it.
You know, to be a really good liar, you've got to have a good memory and I suppose reference points within which you can pull down the whole edifice of a constructed story. You're just totally in the zone, saying, I don't know any of this. It's good.
So we've been on hiatus for about 2 months. Edinburgh Festival, performing on ships, doing all sorts of things. Now we're back. So if you want to get more of us, make sure to subscribe, like, follow whatever platform you're on. Give us the love, and there'll be loads more episodes.
And so this is our first time. Obviously, episode 1, we're in a new studio. Look at this. We've even got like a proper
lamp.
like a lamp. So if any of if you sort of we could do some interrogation, be like, listen, right?
We've got an on-air, but it's meant to glow, isn't it?
So we're off it. I'd asked him. He said it doesn't turn on.
It doesn't turn on.
Like
my girlfriend. There you go. Yeah. Classic joke.
You're on fire.
Classic joke. On fire.
Didn't know your girlfriend was called Honor. She's Russian, it's fine.
Absolutely fabulous. So before we get to the actual episode, we haven't seen each other in like 2 months.
I've had loads of shit going on,
So pick one of them. Pick 1 or 2 of them, and then we will sprinkle them through the rest of the episode.
Well, I've been doing these vlogs.
Yes.
Finding a wife vlog. So to film the vlogs, I go and do stuff.
Oh, finding a wife.
Yeah.
Vlog.
I've watched a few on Instagram, so it's like you
They're
go
good,
to the gym and stuff like that.
They're better than the stuff that you didn't like before.
Yes, no, I like...
I actually put some effort into these.
I dislike these a little less.
So you are filming yourself day gaming, as you call it?
No, so like I went on a date and I'll film little bits of it and then I'll voice over it.
And is she okay with you filming, or is it hidden camera?
She knew.
Oh, she knew.
But she wasn't in it.
She wasn't in it.
Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to film one, so I went to a singles event.
Okay.
My friend was hosting it, so I got on for free. But I went to that, and it was at a book club called in Manchester called World of Books.
Oh, wow.
So I went there. I can't really read very well, so I bought a comic book with me. And as soon as I got in there, some guy had a seizure. So I was going up to girls and going, that guy's had a seizure. And then one woman went, I want to leave now. I went, that's not a good start.
Not a good start.
That's a terrible start.
Terrible start.
And then she went, how do I get out? And I showed her the exit. Anyway, I wasn't doing well. And then I thought...
Well, you were doing better than the guy that had a seizure.
I don't think I was, because he had loads of women around and giving him attention. I should have had a seizure. Anyway, and then I noticed there was Jenga. So I said, oh, John, a beautiful lady, French.
Yes.
Beautiful, man. Really nice. And she was French, so the comic book I bought was Tintin.
Brilliant.
That's French, apparently.
Tintin. Wait.
Vincetta gave it me.
Yes.
So we're playing Jet. We're 5 games in. That's a good sign, isn't it? 5 games of Jet. Because normally you do 3 and then you finish it. We're 5 games in, and then she goes, do you want to go to this wine bar? I don't really drink, but I thought, I'll do that for you. Went to the wine bar, and then she asked me at the wine bar a very important question. How old are you? And I said, well, I couldn't lie because I was going first. And I'm 26. How old are you? And she went, I'm 37. No, that's not good, is it?
Is this a problem?
Well, I went to her. I'm all right with that. And she went, I'm not all right with that.
No.
And then I went, it's only 11 years. And she goes, well, would you... I went, it's only 11 years. She goes, well, would you date someone 11 years younger than you? I said, what? No, I'm 26.
Yeah.
They'd be 15, wouldn't they? and then I went, so yes, I would. And then she did it. And then she went, this wine shit, I've got to get my train. And I went, great.
No. So you started out the day playing Jenga, and then later it just all crumbled. It all fell down.
She was beautiful, so attractive. And I spent the whole night with her. I didn't speak to any other women. So it was like, I should have asked her age straight away.
Straight off. Maybe
she was like asking, where do you live? I was saying, here we go, this is happening.
Yeah.
And then...
At one of these types of things, maybe you should sort of give out a form at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like registration, name,
Like an NDA.
age.
Or lie.
I couldn't because she went... I
Oh,
didn't
she
think
went first.
she was black, so she looked really young.
She seemed younger.
And then if you'd have gone, just in case, I'm 40, she's like, I'm 22. Good oh, no.
Well, it's only 22 years.
Yeah, come on.
No, but you can go the other way.
No,
I mean,
what was I going to go? I'm 20. She goes, I'm 37. I go, fuck no, I'm actually 30. I just got that wrong.
No, you should have said you're 33.
I couldn't because I went first.
33 is safe. No, I'm saying like you've got to choose an age where if they're older, it's not that long, and if they're younger, they're not that long. Right.
The other
so
thing,
like 33 was prime.
Prime.
Right, because 33, if she was 22, it's fine, and if she's 42, it's fine.
Yeah.
But what I've been asking myself is, I reckon she was an older woman, not older, but she was 37. She's looking for something. She was French. She had her shit together, and she was looking at me all night, thinking, this guy must be mid to late 30s. She must have thought I was that age. Did she consider that? Yeah. And I had a cap on backwards as well.
But just like you couldn't tell her age, she can't tell white people's ages.
She looks
young. I'm telling you.
I don't think I look particularly old. I mean, I must look terrible.
There's a level of weatheredness to you at least. You
could be.
How old?
You could be 40.
Well, hang on a minute.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could. You've got a youthful exuberance, but certainly.
Do I look like I've lived a life?
When you talk, we realize you're immature, and then we put you down. But just visually, you could be a bit
Anything
older.
between 22 and I'd say maybe 38. Yeah,
right. That's such a big range.
It's a big range.
But she was so attractive, and then she was, well, I'll come to one of your shows, and I went, you don't have to do that. It's all right. So attractive. God, I was upset.
Oh man!
And it annoyed me because I really liked the host, and I wanted to speak to her, and then I got a number for a friend, and then she had a boyfriend. So but it was a very strange event because it was like a singles event. It was like
you should have passed her on. Should have been like, oh, I'm too young for you, but I've got an older mate. And any young ones I find, I'll be like, hey, I'll refer you to Dom.
But actually, this is interesting because I went out with two black women last week, and the first black woman I ever dated, I told her that I was friends with you.
I'm not racist.
As if it was like, because you have a big black fan, and I was like, as if it was like some kind of credit thing, and I was like, don't do that again, because
it would only work if she was African.
Well, apparently, like whenever a white guy, they just tell them about all their black friends.
100%. And also they will randomly be like, I really like rap music. Yeah. Or it's just like out of nowhere, or like Whitney Houston meant a lot to me. Like, okay, why are you randomly telling me?
So I was like, definitely don't do that.
Don't do that.
Could you tell? You literally as soon as you'd said it, you're like, oh hi, so I've got a black friend.
No, she went, never do that again.
Right.
Great, but that's a pretty message received.
Yeah, but at least she was being helpful. She wasn't like...
It was helpful. Don't pull the hair as well. That's a big one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Learn that from Jeffin. And you, your jokes.
And me.
And, but it was a singles event. It's like a rescue shelter for humans. Because it's like... A lot of women got the train there. It's like we are at our peaks end of desperation. Because we're going to an event where we know everyone is single, but we're still all too scared to talk to each other.
What do you mean too scared to talk to each other? You said it was lovely chat.
It was nice, but it took a lot of... she approached me, I think. And the host that I was friends with hooked me up with another girl, and I wasn't attracted to her. So then I had to spend like 30 minutes talking to her. And then you just got to be like, well, I'm going to go now. And then they see you talking to someone else. It's a weird environment.
It's difficult to get out of a conversation with one person. Yeah. And like, what's the natural kind of end to a conversation when you're all single and you're only talking to one person at a time? That's
I need to leave you.
Okay, so you seem very nice, but not quite.
Not quite what I'm looking for. She's fit, so I'll leave you right here.
Yeah, but I made a new friend, and we went on a night out to speak to women, and he went up to a girl, and he went to her, "What's your name?" And she went, "Why?" That was really funny. And then he was like, "I wasn't expecting a follow-up question." How do you respond to why? So I don't know.
Because you seem interested. I want to talk to you.
Why?
What's your 2 months been?
So we've done summer, gone France and with the family, been all over. It's been, and then it's just been the kids back at school now. Last year of school for Josiah, so he's back on. He's now playing He's playing for a national basketball team now, Manchester Magic. So they travel round. He's travelling more than I am. So he goes to went to Derby yesterday. So doing that
on a bus.
Yeah, he gets a minibus. Yeah, with the team. So we're doing that. So life's back now to normal. And then I just did a few abroad shows. Day after tomorrow, it's the last Cyprus gig of the year, and then the week after that is the last Mallorca one. Been doing that every couple of weeks. So I did that through the summer. And then we're done, and then that's it. Just now, head into the winter. Also been this week starts the Halifax Comedy Festival, and that I've programmed most of the comedy for that, and then it's the second year of the Halifax New Comedian of the Year, and that's tomorrow night. I'm emceeing that, and it's incredible, right? You've got.
Do you judge it as well?
No, I don't judge it. I just MC it, book the acts in, and the amount of I could have booked it out 2 or 3 times. Yeah, it's 8 comedians per night. 4 nights. That's 24 from all over.
There are too many comedians now.
There's incredible.
There's too many of them.
I'm like, just put a post up on Facebook Comedy Forum, and then they're just coming out. Yeah, I'll do it. Coming up from all over. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I judged a Gong show the other day, and you wanted to say some of them. You don't need this.
Why?
They don't. Like, you've got a job. You've got a girlfriend. Just stop it. You don't need to. You don't need to do this.
That's why they need it, because they hate their job.
Well,
and
find someone else, man.
They want a light in
They're
their
so
eyes.
bad at it. It's like just.
You get better. You were shit.
There's a
You get better. You got better. This is my point.
There is a
You were shit.
It's honest. I can only say this because you're better now.
Yeah.
If you were still shit, I would just keep it to myself.
What do you guys think to? So got Dave Williams in to do who teaches a comedy course at the Frog Bucket every week, to do a day in Halifax. And I was kind of thinking, but that is also part of the issue because there's a big proliferation of comedy courses. And at the end of it, you get 10 people that need a gig.
Well, I'm teaching them one fucking starts next week.
It's good. It's evolutionary.
Is it good? Yes.
The best ones will rise to the top. The rest will give up. It's fine.
There's true meritocracy.
When I look back at the people who were with me when I started, there's a handful who still do it. So people drop out gradually. Yeah. So they may be 500, but within 2 years they'll be 250.
Yeah.
And then it also brings up original, brilliant acts out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's like it's a meritocracy in the people that are good and get the laughs and develop and are funny. They get the work, but also there's also meritocracy that there's a certain level of income that people eventually go like, if I'm not earning enough, you can just earn more elsewhere. So
yeah, like
they just
a brilliant
starting
starting out comedian quit and is. Like, I still can't believe Simon Lomas quit because he was very funny.
Very funny.
But now he's a croupier. And I understand financially it's much more stable.
There you go. Exactly. There's quite a few, isn't there? There was a guy that became... There's quite a few Apple geniuses. What was the guy... There was a guy that used to do...
I think I know who you mean, yeah.
He used to do like a Robin Hood...
Oh, that guy is an Apple genius.
Apple genius, apparently.
Oh.
And I never gigged with him, but he used to
bring
the house down.
Hell, yeah, he was very good.
I'm getting some weird offers at the minute because of the Instagram.
Yes.
It's going well. I'm doing in a few weeks comedy in VR.
Oh, yes, I've done this. It's very interesting.
Is it good?
I did in the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's just doing a set.
45 minutes.
Yeah, just doing your set. But what you need to do is there an audience?
The people that were in the studio, 2 of them.
Yeah, that's not enough of an audience. So what you need to do is you need to practice doing it and doing your set, even if it's very few laughs. Because again, when I did in the pandemic, there were maybe 8 people in the room, and it doesn't feel like a crowd. So you just the laughs are much shorter than you're used to. The rhythm is. This is way too technical for this, but I'm just saying, like, it will feel very weird, but just plow through.
Yeah, well, it's a good lot of money. Well, good amount of money.
It's good money.
And but I want to say to the people, because they're going to be watching it from their homes. And I say, you've got VR. Fucking go and play Call of Duty or something.
Don't tell them that.
Why are you listening to me talk about a comedian you've never heard of? Go outside, you freaks.
No, you idiot. That's going to mean they'll be like, that's a good point. Don't hire this guy again.
That's a good point.
You need to be the opposite. You need to say, this is the best use of your time. Comedy, intimately in your home. This is good for your mental health. This is good for whatever. And they'll keep hiring you.
Maybe I will do that. Probably right.
Say stuff like, we need comedy now more than any time.
I presume it's the same issue you'd have with like Zoom gigs where you eventually were having to get over the technological weirdness of this. That actually, do you just want to just Google it and then go on YouTube and like I've got clips, just watch them.
No. You've got to make the VR part of the show.
So when you did, you had like a VR headset on and you could see the audience.
Yes. And
apparently you can actually speak to them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Well, ours was done at the comedy store with just a few staff, but at least we're in a comedy club, and it was like
that's nice because there was actually some things that made like Zoom gigs and stuff like that quite fun. Yeah. You know, like you'd instead of talking to audience, you could look at people in the different. There was one gig I did, I remember, and it went on for a couple of hours, and I think I was hosting it. And there was a woman, and she was doing her ironing all the way through. And I said, well, just check in with Janice at the end. Have you finished with? And she held up a big. She went, yeah. And everyone was like, yeah. Things like that.
You clearly impressed her. I'm sorry.
Well, she impressed me. I mean, she does my underpants to this day.
We should probably do a shout out to our biggest fan, who you met the other day.
Oh, fantastic! Creatures Comedy. Lid was amazing. She stopped us and was like, "When are you doing? When you've stopped doing the next show?"
I'm the biggest fan. I must also give it up for Rachel.
Oh.
Rachel, we're back, and we won't leave you again.
We might.
We might
for a bit. It does get busy.
As well, Lid and Rachel, if you give us a subject to do in the next one, we will, because you've now got like they're we've got Patreon and we've got followers, but they're like platinum. These are the platinum because
extra VIP.
Have we?
Yeah, the other 3. But these 2 are platinum members. But they can just tell it, give us a subject and we'll do it in the next one.
Because I see Lid a lot of Creatures, but she messaged me and she went, "Oh my god, I met Tony tonight," because she already met you and met me. And it was both of you together. What did she come up to you?
Yes, she said.
What did she say?
She said, "Love the podcast." And when are you doing the next one? I was like, "No way, fantastic!" So it was really sweet. She's lovely.
Great. Lovely. Okay.
Shall we? Or
yes, let's get started. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are new, every episode, the elder statesman Tony Bean and I ask Dom whether he knows about something which we think everybody should know about, and very often the question is no. Occasionally it's been yes, and sometimes he's known more about it than us. So let's see.
When does that happen? When did that happen?
It was like
you knew something on a technological thing,
and you just started talking a lot about it, and then also about the love languages.
You knew about love languages.
I've tried to impress a lot of women with it.
Yeah. So I think we may be wrong that you don't know anything. You know lots on very specific subjects which help you get laid.
All the comedy stuff. Yeah, well, yeah.
Or golf. Okay. So this week we want to ask you, what do you know about, and there's a reason why we're bringing this up. It's very pertinent to us being comedians. But what do you know about, do you know what a cultural boycott is?
I know what a cult, I could put 2 words together and figure it out.
Okay,
do that
figure it out.
So boycotting is like a group of people cancelling something, basically, or not. Like they boycotted Amazon, didn't use Amazon.
Yes.
To
Because they
not
didn't
use
like
something,
Amazon.
yeah. Collectively to not use or not go to something, yeah.
And then cultural will be culture, a group, probably, or a specific party.
So give us an example of a cultural boycott then. You are in that is...
It's close, except cultural is like arts and culture. We're arts and culture.
So like boycotting, I don't know, a museum?
It's the other way around. So essentially a cultural boycott is saying this place is so evil, right? We are not going to musicians aren't going to tour there, poets aren't going to go there, and any people who go there who are of that are criticized a great deal.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I bring it up because it's in the news right now with comedians, right? So I don't know if you heard about this, but a bunch of famous comedians, Louis C.K., Dave Chappelle,
festival.
Bill Burr, all these guys went to a festival
in Saudi Arabia,
Saudi Arabia.
Riyadh Comedy Festival.
Riyadh Comedy Festival.
Last week?
It was last week. And it was huge. It's probably the biggest comedy festival there's ever been, right?
But it was the Saudis.
Yes, it was the Saudis who paid for it, the Saudi government. So a lot of other comedians on Chortle, in America, a lot of other comedians are saying it's immoral. Their fans saying they're never going to watch another one of these shows because they went and did a show in Saudi Arabia, which some people consider massively evil or does.
How much money do you reckon they got?
This is my point.
Do you
Right?
reckon how much?
So some of them got like $300,000.
For
Now,
one-
for
for one show.
$300,000, like I'm doing a one-man show for Putin, right? For $300,000, I will be the headline act for Reform UK, saying that they got to kick out all the immigrants, specifically the Malawians.
Would you really?
But we'll leave this one.
300,000 is a lot of money. Now,
50,000.
yes, so I think this is a better way to look at it. We have to make the money make more sense.
Because
Chappelle's already a
top.
millionaire, right? Multi-millionaire. So offering him 300,000 isn't like offering me 300,000. He
Yeah.
could say no. That's why people are
Yeah.
criticizing them, because they're already wealthy. I think the better way to say it is, let's say they offer you, because it's always a lot of money, but let's say they offer you the equivalent of what you make in half a year, right? So it's a lot of money, but you could say no and you'll be okay. Would you still do it, right? So I would still do the Riyadh Festival for that, but there are other things I wouldn't do. I wouldn't do EDL show. I've said no to Tory Party conference show.
I'd do it, but I just wouldn't even know until after I'd done it that it was wrong.
But
I just
is
turn
it
up
wrong?
and go.
My question is,
No, if it
is
was,
it
I
wrong?
didn't even. People would go, "Oh, I didn't even know I was in Saudi Arabia."
Oh, you heard the name Riyadh and you're like,
They just went the money and I went, "Yeah, fine, I'll book a flight."
You have got actual
Deniability.
deniability. You could be just like, I thought Riyadh was next to Wigan. I thought it was weird I was going on a plane. Like, yeah, you have actually got deniability because that's the thing. It's I can't think of many groups that I wouldn't do a gig for.
what about nations? Nations. Would you do a gig
I mean, North
for the
Korea would be
Chinese
difficult.
government?
Oh, see, that's an interesting one because, right, this happened the other day because it is all about like what do you boycott and all that. Because, for instance, I've got an electric car, and I had my friend with me who's from Taiwan.
Yeah.
And I remember, and I bought it. It was second hand, right? And it's a MG, which used to be a British brand, but it's now been bought by Chinese. And he was like, and he goes, "Is this car?" He goes, "This is built in China." And I went, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, people just don't care, do they?" And I was like, "What?" But obviously with China and Taiwan, China are taking over Taiwan and oppressing it. And he goes, "Just people don't care." And I went, "Oh yeah." So I kind of felt bad.
But was it a cheap car? I think
It
people.
was- yeah.
I boycott to the point that I'm saving money. Do you know what I mean?
Also, mine
Like
had always
I
been
would
bimbo.
rather buy fair trade, where the workers are being treated well, where nobody is being exploited. But when I'm in the store and I see the fair trade, good for the world one costs 50 quid, and
What fucking stores are you going to where your fair trade costs 50 quid?
I didn't say what the item is, right? I'm picking up an item which costs 50 quid.
Because when I think of coffee or...
No, it's not just coffee. It's coffee,
Right, you got
it's phones,
a
it's
box of coffee.
They sell phones.
There's
Oh, crikey.
fair trade
Fair
applies.
trade sell phones.
No, just so you know, fair trade applies to everything. So the
I thought you
idea
meant the
is
fair trade
no,
coffee
no, no, no,
company.
no, no.
I think that's a lot of coffee.
Most trade is actually unfair, right?
Right.
Like trade with Malawi, trade with all these countries. It's done in a way which is exploitative. Now, if you want to be always doing fair trade, right, you're going to have to pay a bit more money, right, to make sure that the workers aren't being exploited. And this is what I'm saying is, if you go to Primark or something and get a cheap shirt, somebody's suffering somewhere to make that shirt 2 quid, right? But there are times when I will buy the less moral option.
Yeah. Because it's almost like the other way. Like, I'm not sure about the boycotting side of stuff. You know, in terms of ethical consumerism,
Yes.
for us it's more like in our house,
it's a separate
it's
thing.
like going, well, let's try and buy stuff that is maybe better. You know, that
Yes.
invests in stuff. You know, so we've got like this in our house. We have even down to like, Claire's better at this, but where you have like, you refill. Washing up, but you know, so you're
Yes.
basically buying washing up bottles. You do all that. So I think there's something about positive kind of consumerism, but also positive cultural. The almost opposite to boycott. It's like, so the opposite to that would be doing a gig for charity for free, and
Yes.
you really believe in the charity. For me, I'm like, it feels a little bit tribal when everyone starts going, "Oh, I can't believe they've done that," and then So you got comedians. I've seen it, you know, on the Facebook going, we should boycott that comedian because you're a comedian boycotting a comedian because they did a gig. And
And it also feels a bit racist to me in a weird way, because you're like, oh, they went to Saudi and performed for those evil Arabs. And I'm like, how much do you know about them?
Yeah.
Their audience.
Well-
You might know some things of the government, but like the British government's done some not so cool stuff. The American government...
I could actually relate this to golf.
Okay.
Because in golf, there's two federations. There's a PGA, which is
Yeah.
the long-standing Professional Golfers Association. And then the Saudis started one called Live Golf.
Right.
Heard of this?
No. I'm just saying, were the golfers
So-
who did it criticized?
Yeah, they took over, and then so on the PGA you have to play a certain number of events, and you don't get paid to be in the PGA. You just get winning fees. Whereas the Saudis, well, they offered Tiger Woods £1 billion.
How do you say no to that?
Well, Tiger Woods said no.
But he
doesn't really play golf anymore.
Yeah, and also he's got so much money,
Yeah.
but it still shocks me.
But like they were getting like 500 million, they get to play in less events, and then you just pay. And they got a lot of criticism at the start, so much that the live golfers couldn't play in the
Yes.
major competitions. But then eventually they just went, "Alright, you can play."
Yeah.
So it works itself out.
Yeah. And that is the thing about like, it is where the money normally can just change all. They've done it in boxing, you know, they call it sports washing and all that kind of stuff. But you got.
And I wonder if it actually works, because the most famous in our generation cultural boycott was of South Africa. So when South Africa was, you know, black people and white people were separated and black people were second-class citizens. You're aware of this, right? No?
I was just going to let you carry on. And
No, I was just checking. Okay, so for many years, like, South Africa had a system where black people weren't allowed out of certain areas. It would be like if we were like, Salford is only black people now, right?
So in South Africa, this wouldn't have been allowed.
This wouldn't have
You know,
been
you
allowed.
couldn't
Like,
share,
the three of us.
Yeah, because
like,
it was split between white people and black people.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh.
That was apartheid.
yeah,
That
when
was
there was a
apartheid.
divide. Yeah.
Yes, when there was a divide.
Sorry, segregation.
Segregation was in America, but it's similar.
Rosa
thing.
Parks.
Yes, that's America. But South Africa had like, you haven't impressed, you've heard of her.
Well,
Yeah.
Don't do it in a
And
joke.
she was on the back. Oh yeah,
Oh.
the back of the bus. But this is a different country.
This is a different
Yeah.
country. This was in South Africa, and it was much more recent. But anyway, it was a horrible system, and so during apartheid, there was a big cultural boycott. Musicians wouldn't come to South Africa to perform. Comedians wouldn't go to South Africa to perform. I was living in Swaziland and often in South Africa, and it was weird because we were like, it doesn't change the opinion of the government, right? It just means we don't have access to all these people. And the question is, does it even work to do it? And there's a quote which you have.
Let's have a
so
look.
Sting,
Yeah,
you know the
Sting.
singer Sting? You don't know the singer Sting? What song would he know?
Message in a bottle.
I'm not enjoying that.
No, what about...
I think I might have heard that.
That's not super famous. Oh, what's his most famous ones?
Um,
Leaves apart.
I'm an alien.
I'm an alien.
I'm a
It's just a
legal
different.
alien.
It's a different generation.
He also did.
It's a different. He's done a song with Shaggy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Do you know Shaggy?
Doesn't
I've
matter.
heard of Shaggy,
You've
yeah.
heard of Shaggy.
All right, this
It's just
is
a
what-
different
Sting.
generation.
So what he said was,
But yeah.
It's fucking terrible. Anyway.
bit slow. well,
After 10 seconds.
Sting's career on the rocks now.
Yes. But anyway, he was very huge back then, right? This
Yeah.
was quite time, and
Still
he was.
alive.
Yes, and he was asked to do a song for to perform for the King of Uzbekistan,
Or for his daughter, wasn't it?
for the daughter of the King of Uzbekistan, for a lot of money, right? This guy has done all kinds of bad human rights things. Sting did it and was criticized a lot, and his defense, which some people criticized, was
He goes, I made the decision to play there in spite of all that. I've come to believe that cultural boycotts are not only pointless gestures, they're counterproductive where prescribed states are further robbed of the open commerce of ideas and art, and as a result become even more closed, paranoid and insular. So the idea that art itself helps open up a society and connect with it. Now you could say, not more than music, comedy,
Yeah.
you could argue, like, having comedians on stage. Now they were told, because I read a Bill Burr interview on this, and they said the only
Bill Burr do
stipulation,
it?
yeah, Bill Burr was doing it, but he said the only stipulation you have is you can't
talk about
talk about the royal family or religion. And they said that's
Of
the only two
course,
things. And you went,
but that's like,
actually, that's
but like every country, even the ones who think that you can say anything, have got things you can't talk about. There are things you can't talk about in the UK.
I've had it in this weekend, right?
Yeah.
So I went to, so I did the Oktoberfest in Shrewsbury. It's a beer festival, and later on did a show in Dodleston in Cheshire, right? And the MC was Koki Falco, and closing was Shazia Mirza. Okay. Female Asian Muslim comedian. She did she does this joke about, well, she does stuff about the Queen, and basically say, come on, the Queen. It's sort of joking about her, like bumping off Diana and stuff like
Right.
that, blah blah blah. And I was in the side with Koki, and a woman stood up, and it was like she made her own boycott. Like she said, right, we're going, and it was her husband. Like, and she had about 3 or 4 people, and they went, this discussion, I can't. And obviously she was offended by the whatever reference
Queen
to
jokes.
the Queen jokes, the monarchy, And I mean, everyone else was like, it was all right with it, but it was quite funny that she was like basically forcing her husband went to the toilet, and she's like, come on, we're going. She was pulling him out of the toilet, come on, let's go. And I was like, is everything all right? What's going on? And she went, no, we're offended. And I'm like, I get you. I mean, and it's not something and you can be offended, and that's okay. And I suppose she walked out rather than she didn't say
interrupt.
anything. She didn't shout anything. So I was kind of like, that's all right. You've taken
But that's
yourself out
also
of the
not
situation.
in the contract, right? So the issue is that in the contract to perform there, it says this. But what I actually believe is freedom of speech for me to say whatever I want applies when I'm not being paid a lot, right? When I do a corporate and I'm doing a show for Coca-Cola and they're paying me $5,000, they will give me a list of things I don't say, and I don't say them. I just did a bunch of cruises. They pay well. They give me a bunch of things I don't say. I don't say
You
it.
don't say 'em.
Now, if I was getting paid $300,000 and they were like, don't mention religion or the royal family, that's the least I can do for that amount of money.
But what happens
That's
if
the
you-
least
What
I can
happens
do.
if you do mention it? What
You
they
don't
gonna
get
do?
paid.
Is that right?
You don't get paid. It's in the contract. Like
Right.
if you breach you had a contract issue with some people
Yeah,
who
yeah.
wanted you to make TikToks.
Yeah.
And if they breach the contract, you can say, you know what I mean?
So that's the idea of you have context-specific cultural stipulation, which seems very, like a venue will say, look, this venue, we are, I don't know, we want to be family-friendly, so no swearing. You know, and you go, that's all right. And if you want to perform it, then that's it. So
I did a show in Zimbabwe during Robert Mugabe's regime. Robert Mugabe was a bastard. He was horrible, right? And the venue said, please don't make any jokes about Mugabe. You would be fine. You would leave the country, but the next day we would lose our funding and we would get the repercussions. They won't come down on you. And so they politely asked me.
That's interesting.
And I was like, yeah, no problem.
But are you generally but I suppose that there is more and more a sense of like cultural clamp down on it. Are you a free speech aficionado? Would you say like artists should be able to say what they want when they want?
I don't think so.
No?
I think in a dream world, in a magic utopia, yes, we could all say everything, right? But then I actually realized the more I look at things, there are things which I don't think should be out there. You know, hate speech or bullying or people right.
Yeah,
I think that it's a constant thing which we fight with. Is that okay? Is that acceptable? I think we should always be talking about it. Is it okay for someone to? There was a trial of someone in Canada who made jokes about someone disabled, right? Some horrible jokes about somebody. He was on trial. He was found innocent. He won the trial. But I still think the trial was good. I think it's good to discuss always whether things are acceptable. When people get angry that Jimmy Carr did some joke about travelers, right? And some people say it's racist, some people say it's not. I don't think you should lock up Jimmy Carr. I don't think he should get in trouble. But I think it's good to talk and say, is this okay?
Where's the line? Yeah, and you know who creates the line? Because I think it's good as part of because there's a certain commercial reality to it. Because actually, you know, people that want, you know, total free speech comedy will get it, and people that want you know, a certain style, you can get it, but I suppose you can't legislate for it. It's got to be a conversation, because once you legislate something, it becomes old and like institutionalized, and that's it.
Dom, is there anything you could see in a comedy club that would make you want to walk out?
Political comedy.
And I think that it should be banned. It should be banned.
Accurate political
Fantastic.
comedy.
Fantastic. Yes.
No, I think that's fine.
Like nudity is fine. Like someone on stage taking a shit.
Oh,
like
I think improv. Stop that. But what I'm saying is,
but that stuff you just consider bad. But there's nothing that bothers you.
what I'm saying is just bad comedy. I do. I've recently actually I've been writing a lot more clean stuff.
Okay.
It's fucking way easy. Like, it's not easier to write,
But it's
but it's
you
way
can do it
easier
in
to
more
perform
places.
because there's no
Yeah.
combativeness.
Yeah. Good.
So I think when people are being offensive just for the sake of it, like, I've seen, you know, Kill Tony, I want to be that. So if it's funny, then good. But if it's not funny, then just do something else.
For me, like you know, my material's pretty clean. I try as much as possible, genuinely. Like, if someone's offended by something, I really don't want to offend anybody, right? So I try that. But I do actually believe that I wouldn't want to stop anyone from saying anything.
Okay.
on stage.
So to wrap it up for the cultural boycott, I'm going to give you 3 offers. See if you say yes, and then you can give me.
Are we getting paid for these offers?
Yes. Okay. So
Yes.
think of what you make in a month.
Okay.
Times it by 6.
That was easy.
Okay.
Okay. You're being offered that to come to the Riyadh Festival. Do
Yeah,
you go?
I'll go. Cheers.
Okay. Number 2.
Is this a real offer?
Are they paying for the flight as well?
Yeah, flight and everything.
Right.
Okay. Number 2. Netanyahu's government offers you what you make for 6 months to come perform for them in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Did you come?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. Third one.
If you're out there, Netanyahu, I'm
Available.
go to www.sony.com. Yeah, go on.
Okay, and then the third one is the Legion of Atheists. I say this because
Legion of Atheists.
because I'm aware. No, I'm aware that you are religious.
Yeah.
So it's Richard Dawkins, Christopher Hitchens. It's some like anti-religion body which has been set up by them, and they want to hire you to come perform 6 times what you make in a month. Do you go perform there?
But these are all the same amount.
Yes. No. I'm just saying it's
thing
the
is,
people.
Even the Legion
people.
of Atheists people, like, I'll go for nice to meet them, have a chat with them. I disagree on things, but a healthy society, it's good to have.
So there's no one you would
different-
say no to.
Out of those three,
Out of
yeah,
those
no,
three.
no.
Okay.
I'd be like, all right, yeah. I can't see the only reason I would not do it. And there's a comedian that did support for interested like Katie Hopkins, and he's had a bit of backlash or whatever. But he didn't put it out there. He was on the tour.
Yep.
He just did the tour,
just did
and
the
people
tour.
and people were like, what, there was a bit of backlash there. But I think for me, it'd be more career-wise. It'd be like, who would be against this?
Oh, who
That'd
would
be?
Yes, it's like, I'll admit, when I said no to the Tory party conference, it was because I was like, my fans will abandon me if I do this. It
Yeah.
wasn't that I thought I would.
How much money was it?
It was like $8,000.
Wow.
Well, because it's interesting. As I say, as a Christian, even last week I did a show in for the what are they called? In Barrow, the Masonic.
Well,
Hall,
I actually remember
Masons
some
in
people
Barrow.
got
And I
upset
was
to
like,
you. You
yeah.
did a show for some
Do it.
people who was it? They were against abortion or something. No, there was some show you did, and comedians were criticizing you because you performed for these people.
Yeah.
And you're just like, just a show.
I just do a show, and also I don't mention what I just do my show because
Just
mine's
do your
all kind
show.
of like silly variety stuff anyway. So I'm like,
I feel like I already know the answer. Is there anyone you wouldn't perform for?
well, go on, man. Riyadh Festival, would you do it?
Yes, for
Well,
£12,000.
so go on. Is there any what's?
Oh, you
is
know
there
what?
some-
Actually, I
Go
just
on.
forgot. I wanted to make this point. People say, do not take money from evil people, right? Do not take this blood money from people. I think the opposite is true. Take as much blood money as you can from evil
Interesting, yeah.
people, and then do shows for nice people for free or cheap. So
all right,
there
then-
should be like an asshole tax, right? So if you are a bad person, you better be paying me 5 figures, right? If you're a nice person, I'll do a gig for 100 quid, right? And if you're arms dealers, I want 50 grand.
To be honest,
You're like
if
a
someone...
comedic Robin Hood.
Yes,
Excellent, man.
yes.
Good on you.
And I'll give some of the money to good people.
So go on then. Like, let's have it right. So I would say, knowing you and knowing, let's say, Reform Party conference next year, would you entertain, host it, or do a 45, do a half-hour set, and they were paying you a lot of money.
Yes.
6 months thing, but they said we don't want you to mention politics or any criticism of the party.
I would
or
say
the
no.
country.
I
You'd
would
still
say no.
What's the
I
minimum?
would actually say no.
What's the
I
minimum you
would
do
say
the
no.
Riyadh Festival for?
I would do it for 10 grand.
You don't earn 10 grand in 6 months.
No, I don't. No, I'm just saying I would. I don't need it to be absurd amounts to
Right,
do to do. Riyadh Fest. I go to Qatar all the time. I don't have this Arabs are evil mentality that some people have.
Go on then,
It's
Dom.
just a-
Let's
it's
try
just-
and work out. Is there
For me,
something Dom would-
for me, there's not even a moral quandary performing there. But there are other places where I'm like doing like the Reform Party conference. I'd be like, if I could do whatever I want, I would do it. But if as you say, they're saying come perform and you can't bring up, literally, I was a refugee. My show's called It's My Passion. That's one I would not do.
Yeah.
Well,
Is there anything that you wouldn't do? Let's
for
have a
me,
think,
if someone messages me, do you want to do this gig? How much is it? And if it's over 600 quid, I'll generally just won't even look at where it is and I'll go, yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's some you'd say no to.
Well, if it was I went to Switzerland for 600.
No. But I'm saying, okay, you get offered. There's some everyone would say no. So you get offered
Yeah.
50 grand to perform for NAMBLA. Do you know what NAMBLA
I
are?
don't know what that is.
They're the people who want
And they
to
go with
make.
Ambler and I go, cool, sounds
No.
good.
well, now you will say no. They're the people who are campaigning to make relationships with underage people legal.
Okay.
That's something I can
You found our level.
Yeah, I found a level.
Okay,
My point was there is everyone's got a line. Everyone's got a line.
The question is, are you not doing it because you don't believe in it, or are you not doing it because you're scared of the backlash?
Well, that's one where you could, because the thing is, a lot of issues have different perspectives on it, and also it's whereas, now you go, that's something where you go, what you were trying to achieve here is evil. So therefore, I would not want to. I suppose
arms dealer is another one.
Yeah.
People who sell, but again, they're comedians who have done them. But like people who sell missiles, would you do a gig for them?
Do I get a free missile? I love guns. Guns are cool.
Guns. Okay, so that's what you would do. That one would be complicated because I would say no, but then I remember someone saying to me, "Well, you've done a show for Bain and Company, who invest."
Well,
everyone needs a gun.
And I've done show for, because that's the other side of it. You might go, well, would you do a show for the armed forces? It depends which one. So I've done stuff for the British Army. You go, okay, yeah. So because it's like no organisation is ideal, but it's like.
But that's also an excuse. That's also an excuse sometimes. It's like, no, it's impossible to be morally perfect. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try to be the best people we can. You know what I mean? Like I used to live in a hippie house where, people would try to wear stuff that was good for the country. People would try to be self-sustaining. It was an impossible endeavor, right? Because you'd be like, no, that has caused that and that has caused that, but it's still about trying. Yeah,
which is why I think it's more about going for the positive rather than boycotting the negative. Do shows for great people, try and add to the that common cultural landscape. Do charity shows, do all that, buy what you. But I think once you start getting into it all gets a little bit complicated, and everyone starts getting a bit superior.
Also,
I like your perspective where you're just like.
But also, the people who I actually think are ridiculous are the ones who are saying, don't watch any more Bill Burr now. Don't listen to these people. They're tainted. They went and did a gig for a lot of money. They told the same jokes they would have told for a lot more money. You are an idiot if you think you wouldn't snap up that opportunity. Do your same job with a few tweaks and get paid 100 times more. Who's going to say no?
I wonder how much Louis got.
Probably like 300 grand or something. I mean, the top tier ones were getting 300,000, and he's one of the top tier ones.
So there we go. So if you want to see Daliso, will be at the Riyadh Comedy 26.
If anybody who is watching who organizes it, 2 of my mates went, and I was like, why didn't you call me? I would have done it too.
We'll go to a live pod.
Well, yeah, we'll do.
Sugar Sammy.
How do you not know this?
We'll take this with us.
Sugar Sammy and Nabil did it, and I was like, I would have done it. I mean, again, it's about what number you do it for. But anyway, so this was How Do You Not Know This?
Season 2, Ep 1.
Season 2, Episode 1. Please do like, subscribe, share, and tune in for the next one where...
which we're going to do right now.
Don't tell them that. It's the illusion. We're going to do it in a week.
Tell you what, we'll confuse everyone. We'll change tops.
Fantastic. How Do You Not Know This? We're back.
Goodbye.
Bye.